Hi everyone, Tim Topham here, and I've got a great new app to show you today. It's been around for a little while, but I've only just started exploring it with my students. It's called PianoMaestro, and it has been a real lifesaver for a couple of my teenage boy beginner students. I think teenage beginners can be one of the hardest groups of students to motivate because while a 7 or 8 year old might be happy playing a piece that just has middle C in both hands for a week, a teenager is just not going to be inspired enough with it. Using technology to help give some backing tracks and some extra motivation will really make the difference to keeping those students in your studio. PianoMaestro, a great app. It basically turns your pretty mundane beginner style practice into a animated computer video game effectively, with lessons and levels that you can unlock, great backing tracks, high scores, all this kind of stuff. So it's really, really good. I'm going to take you really quickly through the setup of a new student to show you how the back end actually works. So if I click on Add New, we get to choose our new student name and put in his or her details. I'm going to choose, let's see, Andrew, who's 13. Now you can put a student email address in there as well if you like. I'm just going to click on Add to Account for now. If you put in an address, an email address, you can actually say Connect to Home Account on the screen there on the right. What that will do is that'll send them an email with a link to the app for downloading it and giving them a month's free access to try it out. The other great thing is that once they've connected via you, anything they do at home will show up on your screen so that in lessons, if you want to have 5 or 10 minutes using the app in a lesson, you can continue where they've left off at home. And you can also see their progress. So I'm actually going to click the X in the top right corner to get out of this screen. First thing they'll get is a tutorial to show them how it works. I'm going to skip that for now. You can have a look at that in your own time. So you can see Start here is bouncing on Journey there. We'll click on that. And this is the main guts of the program. You can see at the moment we're at chapter 1 and we've got 3 activities in front of us to complete. If I click on the right arrow, we're on to chapter 2 and I've got 4 different activities there as well. Up the top right, there's a fast forward button. So if you've got a student who's already done the very basics, they can try skipping a whole bunch of chapters and then starting at their own level. We're going to have a look now at the first piece in the book. It's called Rocking. When you click on it, you get a little bit of a taste of what it's going to sound like, the notes that are used and that sort of thing. Best thing about this app is that it works with either digital pianos or acoustic pianos, or even playing on your iPad itself. Obviously, as a piano teacher, I don't encourage that, but the ability for students to either plug the iPad into the USB of their keyboard and play directly through it is one great thing, but I'm going to demonstrate it today just by playing on an acoustic piano. You can see when I've played middle C, it's registered it and it's ready to go. Let's play. And there's our first piece. Now you can see here, it's offered. Ready to go. Let's play. It's offered here for us to take a photo. There's me doing my recording at the moment, so we could take a photo and we could actually send it to family and friends to show everyone just how good we are at our first PianoMaestro song. I'm going to close that now. And you can see here we've got an overview of exactly what's gone on and how things have gone. We're going to click Next. And you can see now that I've started to build in rank, which is really important for teenagers, I find, when they're using this. So we're going to click on Next, and it's going to take us straight to the next song, which is Vivaldi. As you can hear, the backing tracks are pretty good. Watch the sun in the background as well. So that the sun in the background actually tells you how well you're going. The higher it rises, the better you've been going. Here we go, we're coming along now. All right, next spot. And I'm already addicted. I just want to keep on playing. Back on the main page, you can see I've got 3 stars for each piece, and chapter 1 is now complete, so I can turn over to the next page, and the next level has been unlocked. We could continue on going through this. You can see if I skip again to chapter 3, that's still locked until 2's completed. So it's just like a video game where students have to complete levels before they can progress. There is a shortcut though, so for students who have already learnt a certain amount of music reading skills, their basic level, up the top right you can see there's a fast forward to chapter 5, so I'm going to click on that. And it gives you a test just to make sure that you're going to cope. Let's start it. Nice little bit of extra info. Alright, let's play. Now the sound got out of sync at the end there, but you can see I've managed to complete that. So if we go back to the menu now, chapter 5 we're on and we're now unlocked. You can see there's a little dot below where it says chapter 5. There's a whole row of dots and you can see how we're progressing through. So I could have it now go at chapter 5 and that would skip me through, or I could again take a fast forward to chapter 9 at the top of the page. So that's a really basic overview. I think the great thing is that once you start achieving some of these things, extra pieces get unlocked that you actually weren't expecting as well. And even if we have a quick flip through some of these, you can see, I think we had Gangnam Style before. There's a whole mix of music which I think is so important. From the classical pieces, there's Gangnam Style. Keep on going through. And I think, I remember one of my students was passing through one of the levels and up came some Bruno Mars and some Coldplay and those sort of things, which are complete surprises. They're not even easy to find. So it's a great app for keeping students interested in playing, particularly when they're at this quite simple level. Check it out and let me know if you've got any questions about it. There's a great support forum on Facebook, which I'll leave a link to below the video. And there's also plenty of great support from the crew at Joy Tunes who make PianoMaestro themselves. Have fun.